Hey there, this is Eric with RegFox, and I'm so excited for this demo because I get to show you actions. Actions is probably my favorite feature inside of all of RegFox, and it is conditional logic that you can set on your RegFox page to conditionally show or hide or even modify pricing of anything on your RegFox page. And you are going to feel like a genius based on what you can do with actions. And you don't need to be a nerd, you don't need to be technical, none of that's required. You can do it all yourself. So I'm going to walk you through exactly how to set up actions, and I'm going to show you a lot of different examples just so you can start to imagine how you can use actions for yourself. But before I get into the action building, I'm going to first describe how they're designed to work. And when you can understand how they're designed to work, then you can start to imagine how you will use them. So the actions are comprised in two halves. There is a condition, and then there is a response. And if you want to make an action, you just kind of say to yourself of what you want to have done, and then you kind of finish that sentence using the action. So when this happens, then I want to do this. So some of the most common actions are going to be a date. So when the date is before a certain date. When it is after that date, then we want to apply an early bird discount. When the date is exactly the 4th of July, we want to show this special 4th of July option. You can use dates in a number of powerful ways. The other most common way is to do it based on selection. So when a given registration option is selected or multiple choice is selected, then we want to either open up other fields or modify fields, require them, hide them, discount them, whatever it is. But you have this selection that's on here as well. And then you also, on some of these, you can control a condition based on its inventory. If a remaining inventory is almost sold out, or if it is sold out, or how many have been sold so far. You can do this to modify the price of a given option based on how many is left or how many's been sold. Really incredible. So left-hand side has all those conditions. It also has things to where this tracking link would allow you to have the page behave based on the URL that's being used. And that's a feature inside tracking links under promote, but you can control the entire registration page based on the link that's being used. And then you can target groups in a group registration experience as well there. But there are so many cool things here. And then on the right-hand side, the most common things are going to be the show and hide, and then also modifying the price. But you also have things like require the field, don't require the field, set a multiple choice option, insert a value into a field. There's so many more things here, but it is just fantastic. I'm so excited to show it to you. So let's walk through a few common examples for a lot of RegFox users that will use actions and how to set them up. All right, so let's go up here back to the builder and let's take a look at my sample registration page. Now I want to draw your attention to the registration options that I have an individual, corporate, and VIP. But then I also have this company information area here. And what most providers do is they don't allow you to conditionally hide or show fields that don't apply to a given person. So if you're an individual and you're like looking at corporate information and you're just to tell people to insert NA, I don't think so. That's not a very good user experience. What we want is to have the page dynamically change based on the selections. So ideally, when corporate registration is selected, we show the company information here. But if it's an individual, we don't. And you can achieve this very easily with actions. Some people call this conditional logic. Other people call it attendee workflows, pathways, whatever you call it. It's super easy in RegFox using actions. So let's pretend that for the corporate registration, we want to show the company information, and maybe we also want to conditionally show the sessions. Maybe these are only available for the corporate registration, or maybe the VIP sessions. That's probably a better example. So let's say we'll do when the corporate registration is selected, we're going to show the company information, but when VIP is selected, then we're going to show the sessions. So two nice and easy workflows to conditionally show or hide things. So we're going to go to the registration options here. And if you choose this option here, the field label, then I actually can choose which of the selections are eligible for this condition. So let's say maybe hypothetically when these two, but not the third, are selected, then we want to do this other condition. Alternatively, you can go and you can say directly when corporate registration is selected, none others, just when that one is selected, then we are going to show, and we'll pick that company information. We'll do the company header, the name, the title, and how long you've been at the company. So we can save that. And so that's all I need to do now to have that information be conditionally hidden. So you see nothing is selected. So it means that corporate registration selection is false. So therefore we're not going to show that corporate information. So if I select individual or VIP, it's still hidden. But as soon as corporate registration is selected, then the fields appear. Pretty cool. Let me show you that for the VIP and those sessions. So we can go back here. We can do the exact same thing. When VIP registration is selected, then we are going to show the different sessions. And I could hide the entire session block, or I could hide individual sessions. So maybe the humility and how I achieved it session is only available for the VIP, but all the rest are available to other registrant tracks. You could do that. Or just for simplicity's sake, is I'm going to hide both sessions. So you can do that. If I hit preview, we can see down below, I have no sessions. I click individual, no sessions. Corporate, we get our corporate information, no sessions. I click VIP, and there we have our sessions. See how easy this is? It's fantastic. So again, I could have selectively filtered out these choices or showed the blocks. It's all flexible that way. When we talk about maybe filtering choices, what you can do also is rather than hide the entire field, is you can selectively hide and show other options. So taking a peek back at the registration page here, notice I have a prefixed menu meal set here. What if that is only to be an option for the VIP and you don't want to give them the other choices? I want to filter down this entire multiple choice list to just this one, and I want to pre-select it. So it's already made for them. So you can do this to control the different registrant paths and make sure the right selections apply so people don't pick something that they cannot pick. So you want to use the set option action for that. So hang with me here. When we do VIP selection, we're going to remove all these options. We're going to hide them and just select the prefixed meal set. So going back here, the actions, we can go back here and say, when VIP selection is selected. Now I could have done it in this action up here, but I'll do it as a separate one just to keep your attention here. We are going to show, first we're going to show the prefixed meal set. So that option is going to be hidden until VIP is selected. We also are going to hide all the rest of them. So let's go hide, and we're going to hide all the rest of the other meal choices. So hide beef, chicken, vegetarian, no meal. And so what that'll do, and I'll show you here, is you see the prefixed is hidden because VIP is not selected. I choose VIP and it just shows that one. But because that's now the only option, is I want to preset that with an action as well. And that is what the select option action does. So when VIP selection is true, it's going to do all these things on the right side. And we're going to do select option, and we are going to select the prefixed meal set. Now, if there's multiple ones, you could lock in that selection so that it just only chose that out of another set. But because we're hiding all the rest of the options, that's no problem. So now, if I go back here, go to VIP, we see there's no prefixed meal option. I choose that, and now it is selected there. To show you what this would look like if I didn't hide the other options. So I can take this action and I can just totally remove that. Let's see what that does. And I'm going to lock that selection. When I do that, it can retain the choices. So we see all the choices there. It's going to show it, but it's going to pre-select, and you can see what the other options were. So again, incredibly useful to guide and to make sure everyone has the right selections that they need. So that's a lot of what you can do with the show and hide actions based on the conditions. Really awesome and powerful. Let's do some more. Let's do the next common one, which is going to be date-based actions. So a date-based action most typically is going to control maybe early bird discounts or late bird discounts. So let's do when the date is before. Let's select here date in the future. We are going to apply a discount. Now you could be very specific. You could say when the day is before, we're going to set the price exactly to something. You can increase the price by a dollar amount or percentage amount. You can decrease the price by dollar amount or percentage amount. I like for early bird discount is I like to apply a discount here. So let's do a 20% discount, and I can choose exactly what it applies to. It can apply to one registration option, all of them. It can apply to merch. It can apply to experiences. You get the option. So let's apply it just to the VIP, and we can say it's going to be 20% off VIP when it's before this date. So if I hit save and preview, we go down here to our registration options and see my discount is automatically applied. Super cool. So you can use dates to control visibility. You can use dates to control pricing. Another cool one on pricing is we can go to limited availability. So we can say for when the VIP registration inventory remaining is, and we can do, let's say the last 25 spots, 25 to 1, we can increase the price by 20%. And that'll be on the VIP registration. So what that'll do is that'll look at the inventory that's remaining, and if it ever drops below 26, so if it's between 25 and 1, it's going to increase the pricing, which is pretty spectacular and pretty awesome. So to summarize so far, we have when there are choices and selections, we can conditionally show or hide things. When there's dates, we can modify pricing. When there's remaining inventory, we can also modify pricing. You also could do when remaining inventory of an option is sold out is we could show other options. It could be, show this other field or other text block to learn more, to email us, to get on a wait list. You could do all sorts of things there, but you can do that all with both left and right side actions. Let's now show you the action that can look at a value. So a nice easy example here is let's go to the email field, and we can say when the email contains, and we'll say RegFox, then we are going to give Eric a very nice discount because Eric needs a free discount. So I'm going to say when any email address equals regfox.com, make the individual registration totally free. Kind of an extreme example, but we can say, all right, individual registration, $500. But if my email address here becomes appropriate to trigger it, you see it modified the price. So when that value equals, so you can do that for any text value, name, email, any field, you can target that value and then do your action. So a pretty cool combination there using the value field. Let me show you one final example, and let's pretend that we need to charge sales tax for a given state. And maybe you're in multiple states, but when a certain state is selected, we want to charge a fee. So this is a little extra tip here in the tutorial, but let's go down here and let's go before checkout, and we will add a line item fee here, and we'll say sales tax, and we'll make this just for sample purposes 8.75%, and done. But maybe that sales tax only applies to certain states. So that's where actions will really help you here. So we can go to actions, we can go add a new action, and then we can say when the state value contains, we'll say CA, then we are going to show that fee. All right, let's see how this looks. So we'll hit preview. We'll go down here. We'll select our corporate registration, and you'll notice there is no fee there. If I select Alabama, no fee. As soon as I select California, there is our fee. So you can use actions to show fees like that based on prior selections. You can modify the fee with actions. There's a whole lot of great things to do. So That's it for this tutorial on actions. Man, this one was a doozy. Thanks so much for hanging in there with me. If you have any questions, be sure to reach out to our team. We would love to hear from you. That's it for this demo. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.